everyone, welcome to the channel for new battle report. This is game number 4 of the Bavarian Team Championship. Basically after 3 rounds we were second, I think, just behind the Team Germany, and I was paired against Majus, who was playing also Infernal Dwarves. So I will talk in a second about the matchups, but basically this is my list, you know it already, and this is my opponent's list. I also put, I think, the table somewhere. Don't remember where, but yeah, basically we had a pairing matrix where we felt we had no real match to avoid. We were pretty stable, so it was more up to which one we wanted really to pick. And I felt in the mirror match I could do something pretty good against this Infernal Dwarf. So I picked this match, withdraw myself. I picked this match. Then we had Vampire Covenant against their Druid Elf aggressive list, where we felt it could stop him. And he had some experience on the matchup from previous day. And the last one was Orc and Goblins against the Warriors of the Dark God. Basically this is his list. He has an Adept on Kadim Chariot of Pyromancy. He has obviously the Spell Scroll with Great Weapon. Then he has a BSB on the Bull. He has a Lamassus Scholar with the Golden Head of Shamut. In core it's 100 Vassal Levies. All of them with Spears, one time with Bow, all good. Played that previous year, so I know it. 20 Lugars with Paired Weapon, 10 Enforcers with Infernal Weapon Shield, then double Kadim Chariot, so a total of 3 Kadim Chariot, 2 Infernal Giant and Vassal Slingshot. So basically I felt, yeah, I have plenty of Pyro for his Vassal Levies, and that's most of his scoring unit. I have Great Weapon Lugars that are not so annoyed by the resistance to fire because it's strength 6. I have plenty of light shooting, and the Bastion pretty hard for him to deal with. So the light shooting could definitely manage the Lugar and Enforcer that are a bit more of a problem. I have War Machine that do well Rocket Battery on Giant or on other single model. And the Nafta Thrower can do well on the Levies. So I felt I have the tools to basically take the best of this matchup. Yes, so the primary, we played Secure Target on Encircle. I felt overall the matchup is rather mine than his. I felt positive about it. I feel, yeah, I have better tools. I think if we put the both lists next to them, you would pick mine, no matter what, because I have more tools and the map should be rather mine. So I have rather the advantage here on this matchup, generally speaking, and on the primary. He won the role and was defender, which you will see was quite important in this match. First of all, he can get conserve the numbers, which is the auto win secondary. And I'm a bit bored to say that battle report after battle report. Yeah, a defender, pick conserve the numbers, automatic win. Well, yeah, defender, conserve the numbers. If it's me or the opponent, doesn't matter. But I'm a bit annoyed that we have such a secondary that is really automatic win in 90% of the case. I got Assassinate. I need to decimate at least BSB or General. Pass to victory, yeah, for me range damage, take the map, and for him defend properly 1 point to avoid me taking it, and obviously more in the combat, find some combination with his big amount of single model. Playing second, often better as secure. You will see in this one, I think winning defender is really good. It's definitely really good and a good advantage. Here I put the map. So we were playing against the first team, they had 7 points more than us, we both got 3 wins. So we knew Sunday morning money time, definitely the one, if you win that one big enough, then it's a huge step towards the win. And the same for our opponents, so it was really a key round for both teams. Okay, let's talk about deployment, because it's pretty interesting. We got Secure Target, you see the 2 points on the map. My opponent winning the role, I think made the best choice out of it. I would have done the same in a different manner, but I would have done the same. He obviously take the big center. Here mainly to push my center back and avoid me taking the big center. And basically take the top of the map, which gave me the impassable, and he gets a heal in the corner to hide a little bit. Makes sense. I think here makes sense totally. We start to drop, and we played the drop game pretty late. So I started, I think, pretty soon on the right with the Chariot. He went, I think, opposite with a Giant. I did the same with the Chariot. Here, interesting fact, I checked that the Chariot, if I'm able to put a token on the Giant to cancel the resistance flaming, then the chariot on the charge should win against the giant pretty comfortably. So my plan was basically having my vassal nearby, dropping a token, and after that the chariot should zone the giant effectively. So on the right he plays then giant and a chariot. I'm pretty fine with that. I always place some levies on the left, some lugers, then you have levies here. We go up to a point where I put also those guys pretty soon. That was a huge deployment mistake. I let you think about it while I discuss about the rest. But we are up to a point in deployment where he still has many things to deploy. And I have here the 2 war machine plus the bastion. And remember I said playing second is often pretty good on Secret Target because you can control who is going to score. So that's the point of time where I decided, okay, I'm going to drop and you're going to start. I want to make you start, I want to play second. Both things can be criticized. 2 things I think mainly can be criticized in my deployment. The position of the rocket battery, we can discuss about it, and the NAFTA. So I think here my reflection was NAFTA on the left, Master Pyro on the right. No matter where you put your vassal levies, I have facing the 2 tokens something flaming that will hurt you big time. So I think that makes perfectly sense. The rocket battery, my thought process was the hill was pretty annoying. So I didn't want to deploy too much here because I felt with one move here with 14 I would pretty quickly struggle to see him, which is only partially true. Remember what I told you, I could still do bow shots, cover with the chariot, so yeah, it was not that much of a problem. So I think here the rocket battery placement was obviously to deny him the left flank and force him to go to the right, thinking then I can easily manage the left, which is true. But I think I could have done pretty much the same by going a little bit more central and a bit more deep with a rocket battery. But I think that would have been a better placement. So here definitely a regret. And the second point is obviously the Lugars here on the right. Lugars behind an impassable with Ghost Step is not an issue as long as you start. And here remember, the moment I drop those Lugars, I'm not sure to start. And I rather want to play second. And here what I will underestimate massively is ability to put multiple single model on the hill and for me make it too hard for me to come out because I would be multi-charge and I would die. So here definitely the placement of the Lugar on the far right is a huge issue. And another problem I have is basically my left base, my left camp has too much space with the right camp. So here I think the right spot for the Lugars would have been towards the middle here, where they could push close to the bastion. I missed probably another single model next to the chariot to really slow him down on the right flank. And then be able to push slowly with Lugars and Bastion into good position, having the rocket more central to have a bigger impact. And I think that would have been a better game plan. I had some interesting ideas, but I had some flaws, we could say, into my plan. And definitely here the Lugar behind the impassable will reveal to be a costly error. Okay, let's talk about his deployment. He went with Giant on the left, here you have the Lugar sped weapon, you have the Vassal Levies. In the back we had the Lamassu, the Bolt Thrower, we have the Enforcer in the center, we have a Chariot, we have the BSB, bigger levies, small levies, the Mage on the Chariot, and Giant and Kadim Chariot. His turn 1, pushes forward, takes mainly the right flank, he's far away from the rocket so he can push pretty freely. And he go away with the Giant, go away with the Lugars, go away with everything. So I know that the game will be played on the right. And basically his attempt is to bring forces towards the right to overwhelm my right flank, which is pretty slim. I only have a Chariot, some Lugars who are stuck behind an impassable, and then Levies and Bastion. And while the Bastion is very strong in the matchup, it can't beat an entire army alone. I mean, that's pretty clear. Magic Phase gets Fireball, kill 2 Vassal Levies, gets a token into Chariot on the right. My turn 1. So I don't move much with the Chariot. I realize that I cannot come out with Vassal, so I start to move sideways. I don't move the Levies because I can shoot the Giant, put the token, which was pretty key. Move a bit forward with the Bastion. I start to bring forces. I can bring the Bull, which was the plan. I just have one turn of shooting in the open on 5 up, 3 up, 5 up ward save with the Bolt Thrower, and after that I can be hidden in soft cover. I push towards the left pretty hard, and I start to maneuver forward with the NAFTA. I have a free shot with Rocket Battery into his Giant, 3+3+. Should do 4 to 6 wounds. 4 wounds I think is the average. So we will see how that goes. Magic Phase, I get Fireball, he's going to Dispel Tidal, I fail Pyroflow 3 dice, I get Fireball, kill some levies. Or no, I think I got Bolt Thrower and I put 2 wounds on him with the Fireball. Rocket Battery, 3 up, managed to do nothing. Yeah, you see the average is 4 wounds, nothing on the Giant, so it's a bad start. And the Bastion will make some shot on the BSB, 6 flintlock shot, did nothing. His turn 2, he took something that surprised me a bit. I understand the idea and the concept of needing to push the right flank, and it was overwhelming for me, but I put a token on this Giant, and that's the odds. That's the odds of the Chariot charging. So you see, I took into account that the attack of my charges, at the moment he suffered no casualties, no wounds. So I'm going to do on average before he strike like 3 wounds, so I put +3 attack for him. You see, he should make about 1 wound, and I should make about 5 wounds. And I have the charge, so I should win by 5. It should be a 4. I think he has leadership 8 and it's far away from the general, so it should be like a 3 rollable. So the Giant should be gone after the charge of the Chariot. So while he does his move, you know, it's typically this type of move where I think one of us is wrong. One of us is wrong. And that's the stat I had in mind. So for me, it's pretty clear that when he does this move, I will charge with my Chariot. I will end up here, so he calculate everything that I got, no overruns, so all fine. But I can still overrun here to not be charged directly by the BSB. And then the only charge he got is his Chariot Mage that need to charge all the way here to the right. And after that, remember, I'm going to overrun, most likely touch the board, reform. It's still a combat, 3-up ward save against 3-up ward save, and my Chariot will have done his job. So I was feeling okay, very interesting. Very interesting. I was feeling curious. So he started to push the scoring and stuff towards the right. He continued to exit the left flank. Now I cannot shoot anymore with the rocket battery, so it started to be annoying for my rocket. Magic Phase, he 3 dice Dragon Roar on 9+ on his Giant. He gets that in, all good. Fireball on the Lugar will do nothing. I don't know what I try to dispel, to be honest. I think he tried maybe to get Tidal or Pyroflow. I think Pyroflow into my levies, maybe. And I felt my levies, at this moment my plan was, okay, if I can just throw my levies forward and make space for my Lugars, that could be fine. Maybe I can sacrifice them for the token, basically, that's the idea. So we will see what happens. So he gets Dragon Roar on 3 dice, all good. Then he's going to use, we go into the shooting phase. And he gets Dragon Roar into my Chariot with his Giant. I'm under the token, so he can reroll. So that's 2d6, wounding on 5+. Then I have a 5-up armor save and I have a 3-up against fire. And with the Dragon Roar, he's going to manage 3 wounds on my Chariot. Okay, and then he's going to use the breast weapon from his BSB to finish me. And that's the odds of those rolls combined. So all of that together should have done 1 wound. Will manage to do 4 wounds and kill my Chariot. So, yeah, I was feeling pretty bad about it. Maybe I took the risk of the Dragon Roar, should have dispelled it and let go some Pyroflow into my levies, some Hereditary somewhere. Maybe I was also afraid of the Hereditary on the Chariot because that that makes me hit him on 4+ only with the Lugars. He can hit me on 3+, so it changed the odds, I felt. So I was more looking into the combat and thinking, Hereditary onto the Chariot is not that good. And the rest, it was too far away to buff. So that's the only one I was really looking at, thinking that changed the odds, and I want that combat. I was thinking Dragon Roar is not a risk, shouldn't have been a risk, so yeah, I think I would stick with my decision in the Dispel phase, but yeah, he took away the Chariot, and now I'm in deep trouble. It's his turn 2, and you see the Giant is going to be able to push the flank. I have to defend with the Lugars, and it's going to be very hard right now, on the right flank. That's what I do, I reform the Lugars to basically protect the flank, avoid him to push. The bull is nearby. I start to reposition a bit the Bastion. Don't move much with the levies. Continue to push on the left flank. Magic Phase, Tidal Flame into the levies. I kill 13 bow shots. I kill 1 Lugars. I kill some levies also on the left. His turn 3. Yeah, he makes the push to avoid me going close to the point. And now he's into great shape because he can use the Giant to come in front of my levies. Thanks to the congestion of units and my shitty deployment with the Lugars, I cannot charge into the Giant, so I'm a bit stuck. He goes in front of me with the enforcers, where I was thinking that's a bit of a risk. I remember it was outside of the BSB, and I was thinking, yeah, Bastion is terror. If he flees, that could be a game-changing moment, but at the same time, if he doesn't flee, he could stick and then counter-charge me with a lot of stuff, so that was still a risky move for me. I repositioned the Giant with the idea of going infiltrating in the center, was going to be an issue obviously. Reform those guys, yeah, nothing crazy. Magic Face, he gets, he got 1 DT from the Enforcers as well. I got +1 to hit on the Enforcers and +1 AP in order for me to think twice before going in combat. He gets Hereditary on my Bastion, 4 dice against 4 dice, get that through. And the bow shot do 1 wound on my Bastion and put me a flaming token. That's my turn, so not looking great at the moment, let's be honest. Could have had the charge of the bull, but I felt, yeah, he has 1 of alchemy, so he's buffed. I have a charge, he has a flank banner, he's going to stick, and I don't like a lot the odds of the grind. I could fit here, but I was going to be stuck. The Giant, I think, didn't have a charge, but he could come support later. He had some chariot nearby. I didn't like that situation, so I just felt, okay, let's not charge. That's the odds of something I can't recall, to be honest with you. Okay, let's continue to my turn 3. So what I did, I pushed more to the left, so that is going to be mine. I pushed that one. No, I didn't push him, so I stayed here because I could shoot his levies now. Continue to push the flank. On the right flank, I didn't move the Bastion. I felt I'm in a good position, everything is in my front. That being said, I think it was a mistake. I should have moved a bit backwards to make some charges a bit longer and just change a bit the situation, the position. Could have been a bit better, so I think here just the -1 to hit on 6 flintlock wasn't worth keeping the position, or let's be honest. Yeah, here I make some strange calculation to make all the charges against the levies. They could flee over and I can get him with the Lugas while avoiding a double charge into the Lugas, basically. And preparing counters with the bull. Yeah, a bit over complex. The Vassal levies are annoying for me because I cannot combo charge because of Impassable and my unit. So I'm stuck and he realized that, so he's not going to charge. So we both a bit stuck by that. It's like an invisible wall. I think here wrong positioning for my bull, which should have been, I wanted to cover that position in case he would overrun, I get a counter and so on. Yeah, I think more importantly, I should have been able to look forward into the Bastion to be able to support potentially. Magic Face is going to get, is going to dispel Tidal Flame, 4 dice against 4. I get Pyro Flow on the levies, kill 7. My Bastion will shoot on the Enforcers, only kill 1. I expected a bit more work from that. Rocket Battery is not going to disappoint this time. I do 6 wounds in the middle Giant. I could have shot the other Giant, but I felt the middle Giant is more important, and I think that was the right decision. And the bow shot, I killed some more levies. This turn, he is going to triple charge my Bastion, but due to the positioning of his unit, he needed a particular order charge, which was first the BSB, then the chariot, and then them, to fit all 3 of them. So I'm able to stand and shoot against the BSB, and I roll, I make 4 wounds on this BSB, which is only a 5% chance to do 4 or 5 wounds. So very slow, so that was very lucky for me. So dice are really strange this game. Do 4 wounds to this BSB, so that wasn't expected. The rest comes against me, alright. I don't have counter charge at the moment, except the levies in the flank. So I could charge with the levies and then they reform like that. So that could be a possibility. But still the Lugas, I think, couldn't fit here. That was the issue that I had. Yeah, that's what we have. So we just exit the flank completely and saved some points. The Giant goes back and here just blocks my Bastion in front of the token and I cannot score it. And the game's going pretty slow, so we are not going to finish the game basically, which is obviously always bad news. It gets Hereditary into the combat. I dispel +1 AP, +1 to hit. The close combat, I'm going to kill the chariot. I'm going to... what else? Not much else going to happen. He's going to go to town on my citadel. I lose a ton of them, but I stick on 9 rollable. I was debating, should I kill the chariot? Should I try to focus something else in order to get the levies into the flank of the BSB and make harder for him? It's a hard call, to be honest. If I should have put all the attack, I think the Bastion had no choice. Yeah, I couldn't attack into the Enforcer, so I had to choose between BSB and his Chariot. Could have tried to put into the BSB, maybe I kill him, or he's still here, and then I can countercharge with the levies. Obviously, the levies are bringing a charge, a flank, and a banner, which is 4. But he's doing so many wounds on my unit that I'm not sure that's so game-breaking, actually. And that's what I considered. So I felt, let's kill the Chariot because it's doing a lot of wounds as well. I have multiple tokens on myself, so I can do a lot of wounds. And I'm not sure that flank charge was compensating that problem. So that's why I went against the Chariot here. Anyway, that's his turn. Let me think. No, that was his turn 4. Yeah, no, that's my turn 4. Sorry, my turn 4. My turn 4, so I chaff the Giant again. Same situation. If he charge me, he cannot get double overrun into the Lugas. I'm ready to counter charge. I reposition my bull to be effective next turn, which is going to be the last turn, turn 5. On my turn 4, again, Dragon Roar into the close combat, which is good news. Nafta Thrower killed 9 Vassal Levies, so I kill some Lugas as well with bow shot, like 4. So I did some casualties. What happened in the close combat? Yeah, I'm going to do pretty much nothing into this close combat. You see, previous turn I killed nothing out of the Enforcers. I killed the Chariot thanks to the crush attack, but nothing else really happened. And this turn as well, I remember going really low. You see, I killed like 1 Enforcer and I tried to put much more attack on it. We were like, I think, corner base, Bastion, 2 Enforcers. I could choose what I wanted to do. I tried to put as much as possible. But basically, I killed just 1. I do nothing on his BSB. Try also to finish him. I have like 1 guy left, plus my two guys, so I'm still sticking. I haven't written here, so I don't know what kind of role it was. I still had, beginning of the combat, the 6 static, so that matters. He killed some. I could try to count, but I'm not sure how many because of the position of the guys, but he should have killed like 5 or something, 5, 6. I think I wrote nothing about the check, so we probably had a draw. That's my assumption. His turn 5, which is going to be the last turn, he charged me with the Giant, all good, I passed the turn check. He just pushed forward to chaff me out of the point. And in case that would go bad, and that's about it, the rest just goes back. And the magic phase is going to get hereditary in the combat, and then we go pretty quick into the combat. So on the right, my plan is pretty clear. I want to break with my Vassal Levies so that I flee and then I can charge him with the Lugas. That's basically the idea. I have still a chance to save myself and then rally and give away 0 point and take the Giant. So I'm going to test on 5. Not going to take General, not going to take the BSB. Check on 5 and I'm going to stick on 5, which... I'm sticking on 5. Okay. Then we got the big combat. I'm going to do nothing again. So I remember those 2 phases of combat were horrendous. I managed to do nothing. I do 0. He does 4 wounds total. He was a bit greedy in splitting the attack, I recall, because he definitely, desperately needed to kill the last Citadel Guard in order to break my Steadfast, or I don't know what's called, I think Steadfast, and avoid me to countercharge next turn. And I remember he just made 1 wound with his attack. He had like 3. I don't remember how many he put, but one was wounding, so it was up to me making the 5+ save to save the guy, which I didn't do, so he dies. And then, therefore, I had the check on -4, so it's a 5 rollable. I'm not steadfast due to the boss character having mismatching bases, thanks to Lawrence, who checked that in the rule afterwards. So it wasn't the case of me having a 7 rollable, but it was basically a 5 rollable, which I didn't make. I was run down, so I lost the mage, I lost the BSB. And he went into my, with Enforcers, he catch me, went into my bull. My turn, I can counter-charge those guys, so I'm going to take them, no problem. And what we did quickly was basically roll that. I had exactly a rank left, so that was a check on 7, which I make, so I give away only half point. And here I'm going to kill the Enforcers, and that's the end of the game, basically. And I took also, yeah, I could shoot with the Nafta and take half point of those guys, basically with everything I killed. So yeah, at the end, I took half the BSB, thanks to the stand and shoot, took the Enforcers, half the Giant that went hide, took a full Chariot, half the Levies. I took my Prophet, took my BSB, took my Citadel Guard, took half the Vassal Levies against the Giant, and took a full chariot with the lucky breast weapon, which makes it 8 to 12. For some reason he forgot to count something because we put 7 to 13, so there was a mistake, but when I count again here in the battle report, seems to be 8 to 12. We both make a secondary, we both tie on secure, because I got the one on the left, he got the one on the right, and that's how we ended up. So not too bad of a defeat for me, losing my whole bastion unit with the mage and everything inside. Could have been worse, let's be honest, could have been worse, but I made so many mistakes in this game. I will try to highlight the key moment and the key mistakes I did. I think that's the most important. So the important first roll, he wins that, I can't change anything about that. The game drop was pretty interesting. I think the choice to make him play first was the right one. I made some deployment mistake. One being the Lugard behind Impassable, that's the worst one. Second was probably the deployment of the rocket battery. I think those two seems obvious. And then we can discuss about the splitting of forces left to right, but that's more cherry on the cake. But I think those two mistakes were pretty clear. Placing the Lugard, yeah, I talk about that. Turn 2, I understand his idea of opening up the game on the right and pushing to secure the token. I get that. Because he cannot let me just push the levies and score since I'm playing second. So I get the idea that he needed to open it. But you saw the odds. I mean, the play was very ballsy. And 9 times out of 10, he gets a dead giant and he needs to take my chariot afterwards. But it's not anymore so easy then to stop me. Because what does he do then turn 3 to really stop my levies? He can position his BNB in front, but then it's going to be risky because you get shot by the bastion, and we saw what happened. So, yeah, I think it would have been a different game if the chariot wouldn't have died for those two lucky breast weapons. So, yeah, was a risky move. It paid off for him, so that's that can happen. It's those typically moments, you know, you get the lucky Dragon War on 3 dice, got exactly the 9+. And then you got the 2d6 and you managed to do something crazy. That sometimes happens. That's how it is. You can't do anything about that. Still believe it was risky for him. My turn 3, yeah, I think the Bastion should have moved backwards 2 inches to make the charge a bit harder for the Chariot and the BSB. Maybe he fails one of those. Getting triple charge while me having no counter charge was not okay. Definitely the placement of the bull was not good. So I was a bit, yeah, I left the Bastion a bit on his own, and that was definitely the issue. So here, yeah, I know this kind of situation. If you let the Bastion alone too long, that's going to go bad. And yeah, a little point for me, if you submit in a rush the result, which was the case here, because we were close to the deadline, then after it's submitted, you can recheck quickly the points to see, did we take everything? And you can always try to correct then in the lunch break if needed. You can always try to talk with the referee, but yeah, it's always bad when you realize that was a mistake on point, when you realize that at home. But doesn't matter at the end, had absolutely no change into the event whatsoever, but just something to keep in mind. And yeah, deployment wise, I think I talked about it. Lugas in the center, rocket battery more in the center, and we got something different. Because then the rocket is creating a bigger threat, and then you need really to play to the flank. It's going to be harder to really push into this zone without being shot by the rocket. So yeah, here definitely I made some mistake. What I was afraid of was also his ball thrower winning the game off the range. But I can try to be a bit more aggressive towards him with fireball by threatening tidal flame. So I think we can take that out, and it's pretty low likelihood that he take me out so quickly. So I think that was okay, to be honest. Not something I have to wonder, and I'm also on the hill here, so he could still hit me no matter what. So don't think it changed that much, to be honest. I could also have tried to take a position a bit more on the, like partially on the hill if I wanted some cover and still cover the left flank, which is already a huge improvement. 6 inch more to the right is already a huge difference towards his push. So I think, yeah, we had the rocket needed to be more central no matter what. While denying him completely the left flank with the rocket was really important. I agree with that. I think we could have been a bit more central. not allowing him to play too much on the left, definitely, but still a bit more to the center. In case he pushed towards the right, we can quickly be very central and be threatening for him. So I think we could have been here a soft cover potentially with the hill and still be able to push towards the right if needed. That was maybe the better placement of the rocket battery. Anyway, that's how we ended up. So congrats to my opponent for the win, definitely. We lost 14-6 to the Warrior Orc and Goblin matchup, which we a bit misjudged, to be honest. And yeah, our Vampire Covenant was very solid against Dwarvenol, which is what we expected. So he did the job. Definitely I fucked up. I feel here I have a matchup that I can win, definitely. I think it was in my favor. I made some bad choices, had a bit of bad luck, and all of that combined makes it a loss. But yeah, some good learnings. I know what I should have done better to win this match, and that's always the most important after a defeat, obviously. Congrats to our opponent for winning the round and the tournament. They did an amazing tournament, so congrats to them. Well-deserved victory at the end. Thanks for watching, guys, and talk to you soon on the channel. Goodbye, take care.